This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNN Live on location. We're at the William E. Hanna Jr. Innovation Center at Shady Grove in Rockville, Maryland. With me is Dr. William Wolf, Royer BioMedical, Inc. Bill, welcome to SNN Live.
Shelley, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. Let's get right into Royer. Let's tell the folks all about Royer.
Royer BioMedical is a private company, and our flagship product is a dextran hydrogel drug delivery system. It is a very flexible system. It can deliver small and large molecules, including proteins, which is pretty unusual. And it's injectable, and it's topical, and we're in preclinical and clinical studies.
So let's say, for those that don't understand what this does, how does it work?
The substance is a two-syringe system, a liquid and a solid. The solid is composed of excipients plus the active pharmaceutical. They're reciprocated to mix them, and then for the first minute it's injectable, for the second minute it's flowable, and then it finally gels into a film that is flexible and non-abrasive. It delivers the active over usually about 8 to 10 days. It's totally resorbable, and because it's dissolved, there's no acid formation, no proteolysis, and no animal products are involved.
Okay, that was a great white paper for a medical board. Let's tell the investors what you do so that it's in layman terms, and I know we sometimes have to go down that road.
Sorry. What this does is delivers drugs to the inside of a joint, to a lesion, or to a diabetic foot ulcer, which will be our first clinical study this year, starting next month. It's also widely used in the veterinary world already for joint infections and abscesses.
Now that's much more understanding for some of the investors, and me too. So how did you come up with this?
This substance was invented by Dr. Gar Royer, who's the chairman of our board. He's worked on drug delivery for approximately 30 years. He has a long history. He's a PhD biochemist. And he developed this product as a follow-up to another product that we also sell, which is a calcium substrate. But to develop an injectable and a flowable substance has always been his real holy grail. He was very successful, and this is a very successful product.
So is there anything else like it on the market?
There are other dextran hydrogels, and there is one collagen sponge that delivers antibiotic, but it's not really a competitor. That delivers all of its antibiotic over 24 hours. Ours has a sustained release, and there's really no competitors. We are in preclinical at Johns Hopkins for chemotherapy for brain tumors. We are getting ready to start a diabetic foot ulcer study with antibiotics. It's also being used at Colorado State University experimentally to deliver proteins. So it can deliver a 470 Dalton antibiotic. It can deliver a 9400 Dalton protein.
Say to me what the advantages are today over what you're delivering is over the other products that are currently out there.
The real advantage is that there is no product topically for diabetic foot ulcers that can deliver antibiotics. And there really is no product which can be injected into a joint, which is non-abrasive, which reliably delivers antibiotics for a sustained period of time and then simply dissolves. So we really are a special product, and the FDA thinks so too.
How large do you think the market is?
The market is huge. The market alone for diabetic foot ulcer management in America is well over $5 billion a year, and the market for wound care is more in the $40 billion range. In terms of injectable sustained release for prophylactic and active treatment of joint sepsis, again, the market is a multi-billion-dollar market. This also delivers analgesics over sustained release, so really this is a very broad set of markets that we're looking at.
Is the company ultimately in a position to deliver this to the market directly, or do you need partnering on this?
Our company is really, its personality is an R&D company. We are actively seeking partnerships, co-development situations, and co-manufacturing opportunities, because we really look at ourselves as the R&D side of things, and we don't want to reinvent the wheel in terms of marketing and distribution.
I get it. So what's your background?
My background's a little odd. I'm an orthopedic surgeon by training, and then I started a teleradiology company called Imagimed grew that. It was a multi-state company, and we grew that to a large company, and I sold it to some investment banks. And then I was asked to run Royer BioMedical, on whose board I sat, and I was happy to come and do that.
So you're a serial entrepreneur, it sounds like.
Guilty as charged.
So let's get, what's the background of Dr. Royer?
Dr. Royer is a PhD biochemist, originally from Pennsylvania. He worked for a variety of large companies, including Amoco. He has been a consultant to many companies. And then about 15 years ago, he went on his own with some private funding, developed first our calcium phosphate substance, and then subsequently developed this. And now he's stepped back and asked me to come in to run this as a business. And
why Maryland?
Well, Maryland has an awful lot of advantages for us. There are all sorts of tax credits. There's a wonderful group of people that in Maryland Bio that have been incredibly helpful to us in terms of interfacing us with the business community as well as with other scientists in the science community. So Maryland's a pretty great place.
And every now and then they bring a media to town.
So it would seem.
What is your website?
Our website is www.royerbiomedical, that's ROYERBIOMEDICAL.com.
When I hear the diabetic market, I know how gigantic that is. This is the kind of potential product that could really become a very huge product, which will be into a very gigantic market, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. So go check out the website. I want to thank you for coming on to SNN Live.
Thank you, Shelley. I appreciated it.
You're welcome.